After watching Heli Zas presentation, there was something that bothered me immediately. Welcome to Heli Zas demo fast Madman review. Now that I've played through the demo, it is definite that there is something very wrong with it. I might not be able to explain what in detail because it's something I haven't encountered in a long time, or maybe never even. Let me know if you think the same or similar. Heli Zas is going to release in couple months, so it's a good thing we've got the demo beforehand, you weird bastards. So what is the problem with this game, at least in my eyes? Its combat style compared to the rest of the game. World is quite atmospheric, interesting, full of puzzles and mystery, has interesting lore to it, and the intro is quite well done to introduce us to it all. It also has a dose of realism along the lines of Last of Us world style to a degree. And then suddenly we pick up a sword and start swinging around in a world where UN forces, that are called ON here, with other regular soldiers are dying left and right in an attempt to secure the place. A sword. Next weapon, dual axes. Just like that. Main protagonist that has no background, at least none explained, picks up a melee weapon and starts destroying creatures that have already destroyed capable fighter at the beginning that saved the main guy. And the creatures themselves, even though somewhat interesting, don't really fit that well too with the world aesthetically. I don't know, maybe I'm used to zombies and other types of supernatural creatures in worlds like this one, so such enemies don't work for me in this type of setting. I was especially bothered by those tougher enemies that have some kind of a shape-changing cube coming out of them. Such an enemy would fit a lot more in a game like System Shock than Heli Zas. Throughout the demo I felt like I'm playing two different games. One is survival style adventure without any hand-holding, with interesting investigation part, lore I wanted to find more about, a relatively realistic setting kinda like Last of Us meets Indiana Jones, and on the other hand there is Souls combat with enemy types that would work much better in games like Dark Souls, Silent Hill, System Shock, Deus Ex, Mortal Shell, etc. Not that combat is not good, it's solid. Good consistent enemy attack animations, consistent movements, dodge that actually looks like a more realistic dodge when it comes to distance covering. Parry that isn't that difficult but works nicely as it opens up quick finishers that definitely need more work in the animation department. On surface, combat might seem pretty basic, and it is to a degree, but it does play tight, which is great. No cheap bullshit, no sudden 100% tracking attacks, no janky distance covering attacks. Tactical bit is also here with charged attacks and a drone that at this point can be used to distract enemies. It did play a bit unresponsive though, but that might be due to not spending enough time with the game to get used to it. Every game's combat has its own pace and feel, which takes time to get used to. I hope I'm not the only one that thinks something is off, even though Heli Zas doesn't really have bad aspects from the demo in my opinion. It's just that the crucial pieces don't fit that well. I really liked a lot the intro cutscene and the intro gameplay section. Combat also to a degree. So there's nothing that I think is not good, but it's weird. See the problem in trying to explain this? Artistically and mechanically combat and setting don't fit. Don't know how else to say it. There are a couple more things the game does really well though, which needs to be mentioned. Adjustable difficulty settings that offer significant gameplay changes. I really like that. Good job, developers. Game also looks good and sounds good, even though combat sound effects could be better. I just don't know about this game. There's nothing bad about this demo, but the combat style and enemy choice seems way off to me. Don't think I've ever seen anything like it. It's weird, right? Or is it just me?